right, this is inland sea oats. These are the actual active growth foliage on inland sea oats, and you see these I believe are spread by underground rhizomes. You see an alternate foliage, a large, rather plush foliage. It's got a really smooth feel to it. Okay, and you don't see many hairs on it like you see on like the miscanthus and the other things. Yes, that's correct. Okay. All right, so that's the active growth part. So you'll notice that it's a little bit more rounded as far as the stem is concerned, the culm is concerned, than a lot of these other things that we're going to see. And then you'll notice that the flower structures, a lot of these grasses, the flower and seed structures look virtually identical. Okay, they're very similar. So these are actually the seed structures that are held throughout the winter, but the flower structures look very similar to this. Right? They'll sort of have sort of a creamy pinkish tinge to them, and then turn to this tan color when they become seed, and they'll be held there throughout the winter. And you can imagine that although this is, it's not beautiful. If you had a big thick pile of this, or big thick growth of this, it gives you some interest through the winter time. Right? So a lot of people don't cut these until right before spring to try to leave something out in their gardens. The wind comes through here, and at least gives it something to blow through, I suppose. But at any rate, you see these sort of flattened awls of seed, and the flowers look very similar to that. That is a really good way to tell inland sea oats. Okay, to be able to identify. Really and truly, once it has senesced and has died from the cold, it's kind of difficult to tell. It's just an alternate grass. That's all you can really tell a whole lot from that. But it's larger than most of the other ones. Like I said, miscanthus has those hairs on the ridges. Muhlenbergia is much smaller than this as far as foliage is concerned. Obviously, you won't confuse it with Nacella. So I don't know what else you really confuse this with. It's really pretty easy as far as identification is concerned, I suppose. As long as you have this seed structure, that helps out a whole lot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and then you can feel these areas where I have trimmed it in the past. It feels really woody, although it's not woody. But these culms, they dry up and they become really relatively rigid, especially in areas where you've been cutting them back for 3 or 4 years. And they're also, these culms are also hollow after they. Okay.